want to find, if I give you something like this, like, let me scroll up just a moment. Okay. So I call them spatial angles. Explaining spatial angles. Spatial angles. So what I call these spatial angles are 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. They are what I want to explain. Okay? So let me use red. It will be better and seen properly. If I give you this triangle, this one now, sorry. Okay. You say? No, 0 is not part. So if I give you this triangle now, and I call this triangle an equilateral triangle, which means all the sides will be equal. And if all the sides are equal and it's equilateral, then all the angles also will be equal. That is what makes it an equilateral. Okay? Equilateral triangle. Where sides are equal, angles are equal. Now, what if I come to this 60 and divide it into 2, making angle 90 here? So what it means is that if I cut out that triangle, I will have something that looks like this. Here now will be 1 because I divided the 2 into 2. Here will remain 2. Why this place will be angle 90? Then the 60 that was here is divided into 2. So this place is now 30. This triangle now you have is a right angle triangle. You get that? Now, for me to know the height here, that is this side of that right angle triangle, I can use Pythagoras, which means 2 squared is equal to h squared plus 1 squared. Therefore, 2 squared is 4 minus 1 squared, which is 1, is equal to h squared. Therefore, the height of that right angle triangle will now be square root of 3. That is 4 subtract 3. 4 subtract 1. So I can simply say it now that the value here is square root of 3. Do you get it? Now, meanwhile, you know that this place is 60, as you can see from here, from the equilateral triangle. I can use this right angle triangle now that I have completed to find angle 60 and the angle 30. What does it mean? The right angle that looks like this, I want to draw it very boldly, has angle 60 here, and it has angle 30 here. Then it has this place, square root of 3, has this place 1, has this place 2. This triangle now is called spatial triangle. That is the name of the triangle. And the reason why it is called spatial triangle is that you can use it to answer so many questions. Questions such as, if I ask you to find sine 30 without calculator, what it means is that look at 30. Using that knowledge, Sokatua, a memory tip, Sokatua. Okay, sine is opposite of a hypotenuse. The opposite of this 30 is 1, and the hypotenuse is 2. Therefore, sine 30 is half. If you press it in calculator, you are going to get 0.5. Do you understand? Yes. Thank you for the observation. There is H missing at the middle in the car side. Okay? So that is a good observation. Ka. Sokatua. Okay? Now, that means cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. You are right. Now, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Therefore, sine 30 is 1 over 2. It is a spatial angle. Now, I can also tell you that sine 60, which is here, the opposite here now will be equal to square root of 3 all over the hypotenuse. Now, without calculator, we can solve questions like this. So whereby we solve questions that involves 30, 45, 60, we call them special angles. Why? Because we can do them without our calculator and we get the accurate value in short form. Short form means when they come with square root symbols, with square root signs. Are you getting me? Now, I can also find tan 30. Tan 30. And what is tan? Tan is the opposite of a adjacent, which is 1 all over root 3. That is the value of tan 30. I can also find tan 60. Tan 60. Tan 60, look at 60. Opposite of 60 is root 3 over 1. And root 3 over 1 is the same thing as root 3. Okay? I can now find cos 30. Cos 30 is adjacent from this SOHCAHTOA. Adjacent of a hypotenuse. Tan, opposite of a adjacent. So, tan 30, adjacent of 30 is root 3. Hypotenuse of 30 is 2. Therefore, cos 30 is root 3 all over 2. We shall make use of all these things in trigonometry in solving questions that involves sine rule. Do you understand me? Now, cos 60, look at 60. Adjacent of 60 is 1. And hypotenuse of 60 is 2. So cos 60 is equal to 1 over 2. Now, all these things, under normal circumstances, we check them out with our calculator. But this special triangle has now come to solve them. So, angles such as 30, 45, 60 are referred to as special angles. Meaning, you can use a simple right angle triangle to know the values, the outcomes of these angles, of the cosine, tangent, and sine of all these angles, these special angles. Okay? Now, a question can come like this. Look at this. Now, let me give you a sample question from what I have just done. I can give you a triangle like this. This triangle now. And tell you that this place is 90 degrees. Here is letter X. I can tell you that this place is 3. And I put this place as letter Y. And I ask you, find the values of X and Y. Can you see what I have said now? So what do? You use that special angle. Maybe I put for you inside this triangle. Maybe I put here 60, 30. And I ask you, find the values of X and Y. Look at what you are going to do. Opposite over adjacent is tan. Using our usual memory tube called SOHCAHTOA. Okay? You can now see that sine is the opposite of a hypotenuse. Tan is the opposite of adjacent. So if I want to find X, I can use the opposite of 30 and the adjacent of 30, which is 3 and X, to find the value of X. What will I do? I now write tan 30 is equal to 3 over X, opposite of adjacent. I now come back to this special triangle that I have given to you. And from that special triangle, I have told you what tan 30 is. And look at it here. Tan 30 is equal to 1 over root 3, isn't it? Are you getting me?
Yes.
Tan 30 is equal to opposite over adjacent. And the opposite of 30 is 1. Adjacent of 30 is root 3. So what I will now come to do to this triangle is to represent tan 30 as 1 all over root 3. Yes. Equal to 3 all over X. I cross multiply. This means that the value of X now will be 3 times root 3, which is 3 root 3. And my answer is gotten. Can you see it now? So the value that's supposed to be here, as far as this 30 is here, and 3 is equal to opposite of that 30, the value that should be here is 3 root 3. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. Now I want to find Y. I cannot use tangent to find Y because there is no H, the hypotenuse, on tan. Looking at this, our memory tube. So it's either I use sine or I use cosine. Now let us try to use cosine there. Using cosine, I want to change the color of the pen. So if I now say cos 30, cos 30 is adjacent of a hypotenuse. And what is adjacent? Adjacent is the value of x. The hypotenuse is y. But I have already gotten the value of x, isn't it? Which is gotten to be what? 3 root 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, over y. This man can solve for the value of y. But before I find the value of y, I go back to the spatial angle to find what is the accurate value of cos 30. Look at where we evaluated cos 30. And we say that cos 30 is root 3 over what? 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
I come back to this place and replace it. So cos 30 now is root 3 all over 2 equal to root 3. Sorry, 3 root 3 all over y. I do cross multiplication. This is now going to give me y root 3 is equal to 2 times 3 root 3. That is a cross multiplication. Now y root 3 is equal to 6 root 3. Can you see my work? Finally, y will now be equal to 6 root 3 divided by root 3. And that is equal to 6 because root 3 will cancel out root 3. Can you see that? In conclusion to this given question, I randomly gave you to explain something. The actual value of y is equal to 6. So when the opposite is 3, the adjacent will be 3 root 3 and the hypotenuse will be 6. Does it make sense now? Give another example. But the one I have given, do you have question on it?
Yeah.
Do you have question on the one I have explained so far?
Yeah.
Ask.
Can you see me I did one again?
Okay, how I got the value of y.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you remember the spatial angle or the spatial triangle for 60 and the 30. Has it that when here is 60, here will be 2, here will be 1, here will be square root of 3, and here will be 30. Is it true? Then here is 90. That question we have is like this. Sorry, yeah? Then it is like this. In the question here was given to us to be 30, isn't it? Here was given to us to be 3. We calculated this place to be 3 square root of 3, isn't it? And here was y, isn't it? Are you with me?
Yes.
Now, I started by telling you to find y. I can use cos, and the cos 30 is equal to adjacent. Okay, cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And the theta here is the angle, which is 30. The adjacent of this triangle is 3 square root of 3. The hypotenuse of this triangle is letter y. Am I correct? Now, let's come back to the spatial triangle. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is adjacent of a hypotenuse, which is exactly the adjacent is square root of 3 all over 2. Equal to what? 3 root 3 all over y. At this point, I can now solve for the value of y. How will I solve it? I will do cross multiplication. Y times root 3 will give me y root 3. Is it true? 2 times 3 root 3 will give me 2 times 3 root 3. That is cross multiplication. That means y root 3 is equal to 6 root 3. That is 2 times 3. Divide both sides by root 3. Divide here by root 3 and also divide here by root 3. The value of y will come out. That is root 3 will cancel root 3. And root 3 here will also cancel root 3, giving me the value of y as equal to 6. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that is how I got the value of y. If you have another question, you can go ahead and ask me. Yes, I need to hear you.
No, I don't understand.
Okay, I will solve one more. So let it be that I am explaining this special angle tonight. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now, what if I have given to you this triangle like this? It is like this, and then it goes like this. Then I close the gap here. Then I gave you that this place is 90. Here, I put what is called angle 60. At this place, I put for you 5. And here, I put X. Here, I put Y. The question is to find the value of find X and the Y. Do you get me? Now, see what I will do. Just look. Tell me, what is the opposite of a hypotenuse? Because I am given hypotenuse as 5. What will I use? If it is opposite of a hypotenuse, what will I use?
Sine.
Sine is correct. So sine 60 is equal to letter Y all over 5. But what is sine 60 from this triangle here? This one. It is opposite of a hypotenuse, which is what? Square root of 3 all over what? 2. Do you agree? This is now equal to Y all over 5. I want to scroll it up. Now, if I do cross multiplication on it, Y multiplied by 2 will give me 2Y. And 5 times this will give me 5 root 3. Is it correct? Final value of Y is going to be 5 over 2 root 3. Tell me if it is confusing or it is well understood. Okay, cool. Now, I have gotten the value of Y. But there is X in that question. And what is that side? X. Is it adjacent, opposite, or hypotenuse? What is the X? The position of X. Is it on the adjacent side of the triangle, or opposite, or the hypotenuse?
The opposite.
No, the opposite is Y. Opposite of 60 is Y. Yes, adjacent is the value of X. So to use the adjacent and hypotenuse, what trig ratio should I use?
Cos.
Cos is correct. So I'm going to write cos 60 is equal to X all over 5. But what will be cos 60 from this special triangle I gave you here? Look at the special triangle, this one. 1 over 2 is correct. 1 over 2 is accurate. So I replace cos 60 with 1 over 2. So no need for calculator here. 1 over 2 is equal to X over 5. Cross multiply. You get that 2X is equal to 5. Making the value of X to be 5 over 2. Or X equals to 2.5. Answer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So the topic of tonight is understanding special triangles and its application. How to use special triangles. And our concentration, we are on angle 60 and 30. Look at the questions we have here up. You can see here the question asked, find tan 45. But let's look at those ones we have. Find sine 30, find cos, okay, let's come here, cos 30, tan 30, sine 60, and the tan 60. You can see you can easily get all these things, am I correct?
Yeah.
Now, what is tan 60 from the special triangle I have given to you?
It's 3 over 3.
What?
It's 3 over 3.
And that is correct. Root 3 over what?
3.
Over 3. Is it supposed to be over 3 or look at the special triangle here? Tan 60. Opposite over adjacent. The adjacent here is 1. The opposite is root 3. So that should be root 3 over 1, which is the same thing as root 3. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
What about sine 60? What can you say about sine 60?
It's 3 over 2.
60 is the opposite of, yes, accurate. Root 3 all over 2. What about cos 30?
It should be 3 over 2.
Say it louder.
It's 3 over 2.
And that is correct. What about tan 30?
1 over 3.
Yes, opposite of adjacent. You are very 100% correct here. So with all these things, we will talk about 45 and the 90 in the next class. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, so this is where we are going to stop tonight. Take care of yourself and bye.
Yeah.